Content warning, this is a horror game. It's gonna be scary. I assume. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Where is my mouse? I lose my mouse in full screen. How did I even do that? Okay, we're just gonna do this. Yeah. Let's do that. Alright, so this is Slay the Princess. That's all I know. New game. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
You don't say.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, that's a problem. You guys can't even see my mouse. It's a little claw. It's kind of cool. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Being a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue to the cabin. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No. Okay, fine. Your princess and I'll go to the cabin. I'll slay the princess. Fine, I'll go to the cabin. I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her. Maybe I won't. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin I'm not going. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. It's where I'm not going.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe they should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods, asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Fair enough.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Like, this isn't what I would do normally, but I want to see where this is going to take me.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Like a cabin?
But as you focus on your
glory.
surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh, whoops, that was all of chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin...
I'm going to keep going down the storyline. We're going to play this a couple times. Whoops.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, hasn't this already happened? Oh. Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. But I died. The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go into the cabin. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to sleep. I'm gonna do...
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
Voice of the contrarian.
Like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
No. I'm gonna do the lie.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
I love the contrarian.
Let's keep an open mind.
Oh, dang it, I can't go back.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough
That's
in a
kinda
place
cool.
to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Well, I'm not gonna kill her because now he wants me to kill
The
her.
blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good
I
is
like
a
that one.
knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with.
I'm throwing it out the
You're
window if I
dealing
can.
with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, and when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
He's got a point.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
I like that. I like that saying.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Approach the mirror, enter the basement. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and
I don't know, that looks like a mirror.
There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
I also want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening. But if he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it
That cat
even
moves
do?
around. I move my mouse. Yeah, what
So
good
we're
would
all
it
in
do?
agreement then. We're looking. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
I'm the bad guy. I'm not gonna take the blade. Because I've got
The door to the
claws.
basement creaks open,
Oh, wow.
revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
There's so many different paths. Like, I tried to make the most nonsensical thing I could, and there's still a path for it. That's good writing.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Maybe?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap.
Very much so.
Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
What's that?
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his
I
day.
love the contrarian. Take the soft stairs to the right. Take the center stairs. Take the harsh stairs. I can see the center stairs. I'm gonna take the left stairs.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you
Oh,
grows cold
goodness.
the further you progress. At first, a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as
Are
Love.
you just going to stand there?
Hi.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
I think we all kind of did. Sorry, my chair's so squeaky.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Except not. If you were in a basement and you were... kind of knew someone was there to kill you, you would not be as calm as she is. What's your name? Sorry, I didn't realize you were here. Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent to slay you. Yeah,
What?
pull
like
on
you
this
need to
string
hold
longer.
Your hand to tell you everything's okay. You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Rude.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Yeah, that's normal.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cannons all over again. Can we put her back?
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Yeah. Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Let's do it. There's more of you now. What's your name? For all I know... world. Getting you out of here. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again.
Oh,
I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
am I the reason the world
Do that.
ends?
Where would we start? Could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kinda hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, apparently no thread. Getting you out of here.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Your Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. Princess. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
See, she makes more sense of what you'd probably hear.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
That is interesting.
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
If I let you out of here, what are you going to do?
I don't think what I'd do really matters, does it? I just want to live my life.
Which one is talking, this one?
I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer.
Interesting.
At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction, it's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
She's the only one smiling. Both. I can't.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Well, that's not good.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Wait, as you remain upstairs, you're also slaying her. Oh, this is trippy.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Oh, my pointer is now the hand holding the dagger. That's kind of cool.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
I killed her in one of them.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this?
Maybe.
Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Yeah,
How surprisingly sincere.
I think we did.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
That's good. I'll do my best. Oh, goodbye. And everything is possible, nothing is. But you don't know if she had the chance to hear you reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone.
A mirror.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Oh, the narrator's gone. I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
Dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that. He is. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do? I'm
Approach the
begging you,
mirror.
don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silences reach forward, they're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something
goodness.
finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yep. What are you? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? The world is beyond this place. Are you the princess? Do you know each other? What happens now? Oh, there's so many options I want to do. I'm gonna destroy my body. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Fair. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The
Ah,
space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
I mean, that's good, at least. Are you what sent me to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
A little bit. A little bit. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Is this like an ultra ending that I somehow stumbled upon? I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? What if I don't let you do this to me? How many more pieces?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Are you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Fair enough. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Is destroy the world?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
That's terrifying.
Everything, until we meet again.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Well, that's sweet of you. Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you
Maybe I should have done
I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
That was oddly sweet. Oh, the game crashed. What's that supposed to happen? Was that supposed to happen?
You have returned to me.
Oh,
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
that's kind of cool. That's really cool.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
I don't think she's wholly bad, the princess.
You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Fair enough. Bring the stranger to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the
Real
end
Slay
of
the
that
Spirit
path
Princess starts
is a
here.
cabin,
You'll know it when you see it.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Homie, I have seen the end of the world. I have been to the end of forever. Let's see. I silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Alright.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
The next time, I'll just go kill her.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's a much different voice.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Probably, but I saw her with like 80 arms, so. You think I'm here to slay you? I'm here to save you.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon,
Maybe
but
it's best
you
I
may
just stay
still be
silent.
able to do what needs to
But I
be
don't know.
done.
I don't know, and I like that I don't know.
You walk down the stairs
She looks so
and
sad.
lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Sometimes I can be the most dangerous.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know you're probably gonna kill me.
You're making a huge mistake.
Probably.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess
why are
to
you
the
looking
wall
like that?
and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Want to bet? If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? Want to check upstairs? Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something breaking free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding.
Unfortunate.
into place. Is someone else here?
I'm gonna try
the
the door.
door, but it's locked from the outside.
You never know.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
I feel like the narrator's the one that locked me down here.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like
I
you were
missed the
supposed to.
contrarian.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Where'd the
She
music
barely
go?
hesitates
Oh,
before
good
raising
glory.
her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Did not
As
see
she
that
rips
coming.
her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
It's the knife, isn't it?
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, or we could use it to free her.
Oh, sorry. If there's a chance to strike, you could do it now. I didn't mean to click.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
I did actually think about doing this to save her. I was going to go up and grab the dagger, so I guess it worked out.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
A bloody smile.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
You should have killed her then.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait,
No.
This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
This has gotten intense.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I don't want to get out of here alive. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Wouldn't do that.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Oh, okay.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
I mean, fair.
But you aren't
Fair.
dead
I was
yet.
coming at her with a blade, and she knew that I didn't want to. So fair.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay
Okay.
strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning
Starting to
pain
think the
that
narrator's bad guy.
slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of
You
you
look
made
so
your
sad.
choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. Do I play as the damsel?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here
Read that
to
part.
slay her.
This is chapter 2, though. Getting terrible sense of deja vu. But I died. How am I doing this? I'm just gonna play along.
A warning. Before you go in, she will lie. If only you knew what you did to
Voice
us,
of the
you
smitten?
villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Okay, so we're actually gonna leave that there. I know it's kind of a weird spot. I was going to stop it before we got into the chapter 2, but I was too into the game. So, if you like this, let me know down in the comments below. This was on Steam. It was like $15, but not a bad price at all for how much game you're getting, how much replayability this is. I feel like I'm barely scratching the surface. So there's gonna be a couple more episodes of this. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit the little bell. Until next time, stay spooky. Toodles!